His name's Henry.
Mowers and blowers.
Mowers and blowers.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Today I'm doing a video on how to clean your gun. So I've got products here from my friends over at Oil Products. They have an outdoor line which consists of things for fishing as well as the sport of shooting. And so they have a extreme duty gun cleaner, which is kind of like carb spray but formulated for firearms. And also they have a CLP, which also is used to help clean, but at the same time it lubricates and protects it too. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to first use the gun cleaner and then finish it off with a little bit of CLP. Then lubricate the bolt action and all moving parts with this Lucas Oil gun oil. This is very helpful. As you know, I went with my two buddies over to the gun range this weekend just to fire off my new AR-9.
Target. See how my groupings are after the upper elevation. Adjust.
总共只有18，我操，可能3，总共就18。
炸第几个人啊？
右下角那个3号把你这里都熟了。Which one was
50-yard targets was the closest target they had. My eyesight is not the best eyesight in the world, not to mention I'm 52 years old, you know what I mean? So my task for that trip, not to mention just firing off the weapon and trying it for the first time, but also zeroing in my 6 Sauer Romeo 5 red dot sight. Zeroing it in, meaning that you want to pinpoint that little red dot to exactly where you want to hit. For instance, if you're aiming for the target and with the red dot, and you go and check it after you're shooting it, and you see that it's like 3 inches lower and 3 inches to the right, you have to adjust the sight so that it goes up and to the left, so that your red dot is right in the middle, and then you keep shooting it to make sure that you try to fire in center, and that's how you zero in on your red dot. But being that the targets were 50 yards away, that's 150 feet. I look at the target, I'm like, you can't even see the damn target, you know what I mean? How am I supposed to zero this in? But throughout the day, we spent about 2.5 hours there and like 200 rounds of ammunition, right? Finally got it going pretty well because, you know, your eyes adjust to the target and you eventually could really kind of pinpoint it where it's at. So this is how I did. I'm very proud of it because it's my first time shooting this rifle, right? And being so far away, to hit it in such a tight little grouping here consistently is what I want. So I'm very proud of this, so I pasted this on my case. But enough of that. I'm going to open up this case. I hope this is okay because I'm in front of my garage in Long Island, New York. New York, one of the most restrictive gun laws in America. And I mean, I'm sure it's okay. It's still my house, you know, I'm in my house. Just, you know, brandishing a weapon out in public is not good, you know. Anyway, so I was worried that that using the cleaner might take off some of the paint that I used, because I used the Rust-Oleum 2x camouflage line of paints for this FDE color, right? More like desert sand. The FDE is more greenish. But I was worried that if I started spraying the inside lower receiver here, right, that some of this paint was going to come off. Yeah, it would give it a rugged, used look to it, but as you can see, one day at the range and it's already looked pretty used, and you know, you can see, you know, a residue here from gunpowder, rub marks, scratches and stuff. I mean, it still looks pretty good, but I don't want to use the cleaner and get the paint off. So I have to really be careful and not to spray it on the pistol grip here. But I'm going to remove the upper and barrel, the entire upper part of this, and only have this lower receiver in stock exposed so that I can just pinpoint the areas where I need to spray a little bit. My buddy used it last night cleaning his, and he just went nuts because Well, while his firearm is also FDE color, it's not Cerakoted, but it's molded that way so it won't come off. So he could just freely spray whatever he wants. But I have to be careful where I spray in case the paint comes off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to dismantle it right now. You push this pin over here and pull this pin out. Let's first open this up and make sure it's not loaded. It's not, because there's no magazine and it's clear. Okay, so I've gotten this pin out, and over here I'm gonna push this pin here and remove it. It's pretty easy with your fingernails. Just try to pull it out, and then here we go. The entire upper and barrel, along with all my attachments, come right off. I will have to later clean the inner area here by removing the bolt group and the charging handle. So I'll do that in a bit, but I want to first clean that first. So I bought this kit off of eBay. It was like $11 or something. Pretty cheap, you know. And I don't know why, but I don't recall it looking like this. My barrel is 16 inches long, makes it New York State compliant, and I don't know if this rod will fit all the way through. This new style also has a flexible wire, if you will, but it acts like a pipe, you know. So this is when I clean my barrel later. I have these attachments where it goes through the barrel. I have to find the one that is about that size. I guess this is pretty good, you know. And I'll just spray this with some gun cleaner on this little terry cloth type fabric here, and just go in and out in the barrel. And then when I'm finished, I'll put a little bit of gun oil on it and drag it out so that the barrel is at least somewhat lubricated, but not, you know, heavily coated with it, right? So I'm gonna try that. This also has a pick and some of these wipes and stuff. I've never cleaned this before, so, you know, not really sure how to do it other than just spraying it and wiping it down, you know. I'm not gonna take the inner stuff out because it has to do with pins and stuff, you know, but I'm just going to clean with a rag in and out and stuff like that, and then lube the moving parts with some oil. Let's take this buffer tube spring out. You just push this thing down with your nail and this thing comes out. Well, doesn't look like it'd come out much more than that. There we go. This is the first time I'm taking the buffer tube out. And the spring, I see. Okay, yeah, you can get it out. And that's it. You know, it's pretty clean. It's not bad at all, actually. Maybe I should just leave well enough alone, right? I guess I'll wipe this down a little bit with some spray and just put it back in again, and then we'll go from there. So I'm just going to use some of this Extreme Duty gun cleaner from Lucas Oil. I'm just going to spray it, kind of like just carb spray, you know, not overdoing it. Got a cotton placemat here from a dining table that's used. My wife was going to throw it away. I said, wait a minute, you're going to throw that stuff away? She goes, yeah, it's used and dirty. And I'm like, well, I could use it to clean guns. She goes, what guns? Nothing. I mean, if I got a gun. This is for straightforward, right? I mean, there's not really any visible residue on here at all, and it's just a spring, so I think that'll be just fine. Should I put it back in, or should I clean it first? I should clean it first. So look, I'm just gonna spot spray this area here. It doesn't really look that dirty if you guys look, see? But I'm just gonna lightly clean it, okay? There's a little bit of spraying here. Uh-oh. And that really comes out there a lot. Getting these areas there. Just getting the gunpowder out of there, you know what I mean? This is fast drying, so it's strong and potent, but at the same time, I use this? I should get a toothbrush. I know I'm overdoing it. You really don't need to clean this stuff that well. It's already pretty clean. I just wanted to do it while I was here, but I mean it's just your spring and your buffer tube. That's all it is. That went in like this, right? Sure it does. Push that in all the way. That's it. So I'm gonna do a little bit more spraying here. And honestly, the aerosol blowing in here will just blow out any residue or gunk that's in there. You don't even have to really do anything else, honestly. And I'm just gonna wipe this down, and I'm pretty much done. Then I'm gonna spray a little bit of CLP in there because it does have a little bit of lubricant and it protects as well. So. And then I'll put a couple of drops of that oil in there and wipe the rest down. Easy. I know not everybody has a commercial air compressor, but I do. And so after I'm going to blow this out in case there's any more powder or residue in there. Alright, so that's nice and clean. Now we're going to use some extreme duty CLP with the attached straw to get into very tight areas. So this cleans, lubricates, and protects firearms. So I'm going to go very gently on this because I've already sprayed it, you know. And because it has, oh, there you go. It almost likes, it almost has a foaming, bubbling action to it too. So I'm getting the springs, the trigger mechanism, safety, the moving parts over here. You know, I'm gonna wipe all this stuff down again. Here's the magazine well with the release mechanism over here. Every part that moves. It's kind of greenish, see? This CLP looks great. I don't even know if you need to oil it after this, you know what I'm saying? I think I overdid it, but it's fine. I'm just gonna wipe it down now. Man, this CLP is really great because look, it still has the lubricative shine on the inside, you know? Like you almost don't need to oil it because the entire region is coated with a little bit of oil there, you know? So I think everything is well lubricated. I had to engage the hammer so that the safety will move so I can get underneath the safety switch. So that's clean already. I don't even know if I need to put any oil on there, you know what I mean? Because this CLP is a lubricative solution as well as a cleaning agent. It's pretty good. See how it's still there? Just gonna blow some of it out. So it's not over lubricated. yeah, I don't think I'm gonna put any oil on here. This is done. This is clean, you know? This is clean and lubricated. And the thing with that is, not like gun oil where you could put too much in one area and it stays there because it's so thick. This is a more soluble spray that's lubrication. And it gets in areas where maybe a thick solution won't make it into. And this coats very generously all over the place. So look at that. See how it glistens on the inside and it's clean? That's great. I don't think I'm gonna put oil on here. The only place I'm gonna put gun oil is on the sliding bolt action there, which I'm gonna go take care of now. This is good now. This is clean. This lower receiver is clean. Now let's do the upper receiver and the barrel assembly. I've moved this thing up here. This is the wet area, so I want to put this on the dry area. So let's remove the bolt group. Slide that out like this. Take the bolt out. Same orientation as I take it out of. This lifts out like this, and there's your carrier group. And if you look inside, there's quite a bit of gunpowder residue in there. So like we did before, I'm gonna first take another towel and just wrap it around my sight. I don't want to remove it because I need a tool to get it off. It's kind of a pain. The 3x magnifier actually is a quick disconnect, but I'm not going to take it off. I just want to wrap it a little bit, and it could be clean too. Anyway, I'm going to take some gun cleaner. Here we go. I'm going to spray it on the inside here just to get it clean. I know the paint's going to come off. I just know it. But I'll do it this way so that the excess drains out of it. See how much comes out of it. See if we see a lot of black residue drip onto the actually, it's not very dirty. Look. Not very dirty at all. It's not bad. So I'm just going to wipe it. So that's pretty clean, fellas. I'm going to take some gun cleaner and blow it down the barrel. Blow it down this side. I'm going to take my rod, shove it in here, keep pushing it in. That's what she said. All the way through. It's pretty tight. Look at that. Look how dirty that is. I'm going to do this a couple more times and then do it from the inside too to get that part. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to take some CLP, spray it in there. That's more than enough. I'm going to take this one off, change it to the newer one, because this is I'm going to use to clean, right? Actually, it's the same one, right? So I'm going to use it to clean. I'll take another clean one and put oil on it and drag it through. See, it comes out the other side. Now I'm not going to go back up and down, back and forth, because I don't want it to scratch the barrel. So I'm just going to, I pushed it in, and now I'm just going to pull it out slowly and let it drag through the bore of the barrel along with the swirls. You don't want the swirls to get damaged, right? There we go. Cool. Just clean the bolt. where the pins are. As long as I get the area here where the pin is, it'll be fine. Firing pin. Just giving it a bath interior, blowing out any powder that's in there. Push this in a little. There we go. You can push it in with your fingers, or you can get something to push it in. Like maybe this. There we go. You push the. If you guys don't have an air compressor, you should get one. Makes cleaning guns a lot easier. I'm going to use some CLP now because it has the lubricant right around this area here. It's basically just lubricant, you know? Now I'm going to change this nozzle here, not nozzle, but terry cloth thingamajig, if you will. And I'm going to coat the barrel with a little lubricant. I'm not going to put gun oil on it because I think that's too thick, but what do I know, you know what I mean? So that's CLP, cleaner and lubricant on there. It's a pretty generous amount. I'm just going to slide it through the... Wow, there's a lot there. See? Pushing it down like that. You know why? This thing is too thick. That's no good. I'm going to put this old one back on here again and spray a little bit of CLP on it. And when you feel it with fingers, right? It is oily, see? So it's like an oil base. There we go. That's quite a lot in there. Push this in. Go. It's all the way through now. I'm just going to drag it out. There we go. It's not even that dirty, see? So now my barrel is clean and lubed. Just wipe the rest of it down. As you can see, some of it is touching my paint. So, you know, my rifle is going to look worn, you know, because of my painting it. That's okay, you know. You want it to have that rugged look anyway, you know. It's been used, not just brand new, you know. And honestly, as long as it shoots, that's all you need. Just want to make sure that it's clean on the inside. So look at that, still glistening on the inside, but not clumping or, you know, too thick. But it is kind of staining my paint. You know, the oil is. Some of it is coming off, but like I said, it looks like it's been through the jungle or the desert, which is fine. I could always repaint it again when I'm done, you know, or when it needs it. Or you can choose another color to paint it, you know? Or eventually it'll all wipe off and be black again. Maybe. Alright, so I don't think I'm gonna oil that part anymore. Look how it's glistening right there. I'm just gonna wipe it down some more with this, and then we're going to oil the bolt. Here we go. Here's the bolt. The sliding action is right here. This part has the most contact. Just do a light coating of this oil here and actually rub it down. Let that sit for a minute. Here's your charging handle. This part here also slides along the top. You know, I'm just gonna put it on there, use my hands, kind of coat the entire area, not overdoing it. But this part slides pretty often, especially when you're clearing the chamber. And I'm just going to use my hands and just lightly coat everything, especially this groove there where it slides. That's all you need. You don't need a whole lot. Just a coating. And now we're going to reassemble the handle first. Almost dropped it. This goes in like this. There's a groove. Slide that in about that way. And let's see. The part with the pin obviously goes there. Pull this out a little so you can slip it in. There we go. All right. First time cleaning this gun. I watched a few YouTube videos. It's not like I normally know how to do this. I don't. But that's good. I'm pretty satisfied with how clean it is. It's nicely lubricated as well in all the critical areas that you need it. And we blew it out with air and the gun cleaner. And as you can see, my rifle now has areas where, you know, there's a little bit of discoloration from what it used to look like, you know, but, you know, you just need it to shoot. And, you know, it looks pretty good. It looks worn, you know what I mean? Like it's been used, which is a good look to it, you know. You don't want to fire a brand new weapon every time, right? Yeah, you know, you make it your own, you know what I'm saying? So I think the more we clean this, the more we use it, the FDE desert sand color will fade a little bit, you know, but that's okay, you know. That's what I want, actually, you know. So this is cool. I'm gonna put this back together again. I'm just gonna put a drop right where the spring is and where the trigger spring is. Just a drop. Right where the hammer, the axis tilting point where the hammer is, just a little bit there, just along the joints, you know. But mostly that CLP with the lubricant, it does that already. I'm just gonna wipe this down a little bit, let it sit. I took my compressor and then I blew further the oil through the area, and then the oil was seeping out of every part that was coming out over here. So I know that all the parts inside are well lubricated. So I'm just gonna wipe it all off, right? And now we're gonna put this thing together because I'm pretty sure this is crystal clear now. We even cleaned the buffer tube area with the spring and oiled it as well with some CLP. I think if you want to lightly coat things, the CLP is perfect. But if you want to get the parts where you have a lot of movement, rapid movement, and constant movement, then you want to put a couple of drops of that oil on there. So, the bolt almost came out. That's all right. So you're going to line this up with you want to do this one first. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's a ticket. There you go. Pull that pin out. Line the pivot along there. There we go. And this comes right into place over here. Push that in. That's it. It's easy. So there you go. Took the top receiver off, cleaned the barrel, used CLP, used the gun cleaner, used the extreme duty CLP, and we used some gun oil. And honestly, I think out of all these products, I think the CLP is all in one. Cleans, lubricates, protects. has an oily residue which sprays the parts that are difficult to get with heavy viscosity oil, you know. So I really like the CLP. I honestly think that if you just use the CLP, you could clean this whole gun without using any of the other stuff. But because if you have extreme duty, like a lot of gunpowder buildup, like if you went 2 weeks without cleaning it and you went to the range like 4 or 5 times, you'd have to clean out that residue with the gun cleaner. But this gun cleaner is very strong. And to oil it right, you need the gun oil. But this is great, man. I hope it fires next time. Smooth action, precise, feels good. As you can see, all the parts where the inner oil that we applied is coming out the seams here. So I also blew it with my air compressor. The air compressor really helped out. But as you can see, you have the oily areas that are coming out to the parts on from the interior to the exterior, which is fine. I'm just gonna wipe it down a little bit more off camera and store it for my next trip to the range. I think this stuff is great. It's premium products by Lucas Oil Products, their outdoor line. Be sure to check it out when you're at your local gun shop or your Dick's Sporting Goods, Walmart, or Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's, whatever. You know, they should carry this. If they don't carry it, you should ask them to carry it because it's some good shit. You know what I'm saying? Made cleaning a rifle very easy. You know, not like it used to be where you had, you know, a lot of tools and stuff that you needed. You honestly just need this and a couple of rags and a brush. That's it. And it's pretty clean, you know. I like it. Feels good. Very happy. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining me on this gun cleaning episode. We'll see you guys next time on Hank the Asian Redneck.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Boom.
Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.